Hi everybody, I'm back with another alcohol ink ornament tutorial. I was listening to Christmas music and was kind of in the mood to paint, so I thought I would take a video, and if it comes out, I will post the video. If not, you'll never know it existed. First thing I'm going to do again, pop out the little top. These are glass ornaments that I got at Hobby Lobby. Instead of holding with my fingers this time, I thought I was trying to find something thick enough for the neck of the ornament. I have this paintbrush. Gosh, where is it? There it is. It's I think it's a stencil brush. I put some washi tape around the end here. Oh, look at that. You know what? The other ornament I tried it on actually fit better. They must not all have the same size hole, but that's okay. I can still do it. I don't need the tape. I'm going to raise this up a bit. Okay, I think that's good. The first thing I want to do is put some alcohol, just regular old isopropyl. This is 91%. You can use 99. I don't have 99, so I go with 91. I'm just going to put some alcohol on a paper towel and wipe down the ornament in case there's any fingerprints on it, any oil from my hands, ink. Oh boy, ink from my glove. Okay. All right. I think that'll hold. I just don't want it. I want to be able to tip it and stuff without. I have an idea. I thought I had some tape. I just want to make sure this doesn't get away from me. I don't want to drop it. I have dropped and broken way too many ornaments in my day. So, people like me should not be allowed to work with glass ornaments. I'm just going to thicken this up a little bit. Oh, here comes one of my cats. She'll probably walk right on through. Hi, Sophie. Okay. Alright, so I just put that around here. Thicken it up a little bit. It's almost a little too thick. You can play with this a little. Whatever you have. I've seen people use cups, like a plastic Solo cup, and they put a hole in the bottom, and I'm afraid to force it on because I don't want to break the. That should be good. Here comes my cat. Sophie, really? Go on through. There you go. Sorry about that. So the colors I'm going to use are, I've got Ranger Purple Twilight and Ranger Cobalt. Two pretty dark colors. And then I'm going to use some of the Ranger Alloy. This one's called Foundry. I think it's a really neat silver color. And I'm hoping what I have going on in my head actually translates to the ornament, and I get the look I'm going for. So I'm going to take off the covers. You don't need to worry about them evaporating. You can keep the covers off. The bottles are made in a way that the ink goes up into the neck of the bottle and it creates like a little plug so the inks won't evaporate. And here I have a little squirt bottle that I have just alcohol in. So let's start with the blue. That's such a pretty color, isn't it? I love Cobalt. And here's the Purple Twilight. Let them mix and mingle a little bit, even cross over. Actually, I have an idea. I'm just going to put it everywhere, and then I'll start spraying the alcohol in there. Oh, that kind of looks cool. I have my airbrush. Ooh. find happens to me a lot of times with alcohol ink is that I will have an idea in my head, and once I start, the alcohol seems to have a mind of its own and does its thing, and I end up going along with it and kind of let the ink tell me what I'm going to do. So I seem to have lost a lot of the purple. I have a YouTube video playing in the background. It's Christmas music. Hopefully it's not any kind of license violation to post this video later with the music playing. So much fun to just watch the ink do what it does. I mean, how pretty is that? I don't want this one to be super dark like the last one I did. I'd like to have some lightness to it. I want the colors to show. I put a lot of alcohol in here, and I'm just going to let it mingle and mix and do its thing. Let it run. Oh my goodness. I can tip the ornament different ways and let the ink flow. Just have a look, and if I see something I don't love, I can move the ink. I could use a brush. I can dab it with my fingers. There's so much we can do. Like the top here needs some help. I seem to be losing the purple. The Cobalt has taken over. It's very dark. They're both very dark colors, actually, and I maybe should have used a color that isn't quite so strong. And I'm trying to remember to speak up because the last video, something's going on there. The last video, I was told that my voice was, the volume of my voice was low. So I'm going to try to be aware of that. I don't know what's going on in this spot here. I wonder if there was a fingerprint. I don't know. They're here too. Sometimes there's little defects in the glass, and it'll cause the ink not to want to stick. So I don't know what's going on there, but I can probably fix it. This is a water pen, and I filled it with alcohol instead of water. You just give it a little squeeze and the alcohol comes out the end, and then you can move the ink around any way you want. It kind of helps. It activates the ink. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see it. I'm going to try to make this video not as long as the last one was. Personally, when I'm watching a video, if it's too long, I don't want to watch it, and I'll just skip ahead and skip over parts. So I don't want to do that to you guys. I don't want to make this long and boring. I just want to show you, give you the idea of doing the ornaments with the airbrush. I'm sorry if my voice is dropping. Sorry about that. Well, this is interesting. The cobalt and the purple really blended together, and it doesn't even really look like two separate colors anymore. Let's see if we can do something with the Foundry. We've got to shake this up good. It's an alloy. It's not a metallic. I could not tell you the differences. Again, this is Ranger, and the color is called Foundry. So I'm going to drop some of this on here and see what it does, if it'll come out of the bottle. Okay. Not what I was thinking it would do. I saw somebody else using it and it separated and it did some cool things, so maybe I need to add more alcohol. There we go. That's a little cooler. Sometimes I think it's better to just let the ink run and do its thing and don't try to manipulate it too much, because sometimes when you manipulate it, you ruin the cool effects that the ink makes all by itself. So I'll let the ink play and run. And right now it's kind of ugly. There are some spots that I like, and it tends to go that way with alcohol ink. You'll go through a phase where you think, oh, I really don't like this, I give up. But don't give up, because if you keep going, it gets to a point where you will really, really like it. And the trick is knowing when to stop. When to say, okay, this is good. This is good. I'm going to keep it like this. Sometimes you go past the point where you really should stop and you'll mess things up. But if you play long enough, it'll always come back to something you like or something you can do something with. It's always salvageable. And the really great thing about alcohol ink on glass or ceramic or anything like that is that if you really hate it, you can wipe it all off, back to white, and start over again. It's not permanent until you seal it. I could take this out a year from now. It wasn't sealed yet. I could take it a year from now and play with it and reactivate everything. Or I could wipe it down to completely white. So there's always options. You know, it's only the middle of November. How many of you are thinking of Christmas already? I think especially people who are makers and crafters. We start thinking about the holidays early because we want to make gifts or we want to make crafts to sell, or so we tend to get into it earlier than other people. Nothing wrong with that. This looks a little bumpy here. There's just like little bumps. I don't know if it's the ornament isn't painted. I don't think it's white glass, so I don't think it would bubble. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure this Christmas music will be fine because it's not like somebody singing. It's nobody's hit record or anything. It should be okay on the video. So I'm just going to keep going until I get rid of all the spots that I don't like, and hopefully I don't mess up the spots that I do like. Not sure if you can see the ink running like that, how pretty that is. I don't even need to have this covered. This is just my glass mat, my media mat underneath. But where it's glass, I think might be glare on the screen if I don't cover it up. I'm liking this one. If this area in here though, it needs color, but there's a lot of ink on the neck of the ornament, the stem, the neck. That part would be covered up, so it doesn't really matter. But I really want the look of the running ink. Wow, New Year's Eve music. I'm not quite there yet. What a year it's been, huh? We all thought when the calendar changed, we were all so happy to be rid of 2020, and 21 was even worse, in my opinion. It was a rough year. It was rough for a lot of people. In April and May, my husband and I both had COVID. We did okay though. We're still here. We're still kicking. It was not fun. COVID is not fun. So take the warning seriously. Myself, I'm not vaccinated. And I think I was being a little too casual about it, with probably not washing my hands as much as I should when I go out. I work at home, so I don't go out very often. I like what I did here. I like this. I'm just going to play with these little areas and make them maybe not so harsh. Oh, I love the lines that it's made. Look at that. It's still running though. I'm trying to make it so I can see it, but you can also see it. It's a little tricky. Now, the ornament looks a bit matte finish, but I'm going to finish it. I'm going to varnish it and UV protect it with a gloss spray. Some people like their ornaments matte. I like mine glossy, shimmery. I like the shine. I like the way that looks, like that, dripped. I think the alloy is a little thicker than I like it though, and I'm not sure what I want to do about that. How's the bottom looking? Bottom looks decent. That's that area that wouldn't cover. Maybe I can take some of the metallic and just do that. Maybe the metallic will stick to it. make some more lines in it through these thicker areas. I'm going to squeeze out a little alcohol so it's a little drippy. I'm liking this a little bit better than the airbrush because it's more of a gentle puff of air instead of the more forceful blast from the airbrush. Sometimes you just want a little puff of air. I think it's just that the alloy is too thick in some places, and I could dab it off a little bit, and that might not be a bad idea. I just don't like how it's all built up here. I think this one looks good. I like it. I like the way the ink separates into different colors. Some of the alcohol inks, one I can think of off the top of my head is eggplant, and the another one is the pitch black. Separates into colors, and maybe I'll do a black ornament with some gold and watch it separate like that. Now let's see. Get some more drips going the other way. I was watching some videos on acrylic paint pour ornaments. It's so neat the way they come out. I'd like to try one of those too. I get lost in YouTube videos. You know, you watch something and it leads to something else and something else, and I just want to try it all. Sometimes it's better to stick with one thing and just get really good at it. But I have so many interests when it comes to crafting and art. I started with painting on rocks, painting mandalas on rocks, and I got interested in alcohol inks. I don't even remember how it came up. I got very interested in alcohol ink. And then over the summer, it was so humid and tough to work with alcohol inks in the summertime. They just don't behave. So I started watching watercolor videos and got interested in watercolor. So now I'm trying to teach myself how to paint with watercolor. And I'm telling you, they make it look easy, but it really isn't. There's so much to learn. I'm going to dry this off now. I like the way it looks, and I'm going to I've got this Revlon dryer. I think it's only 500 watts. It has a cool setting, and it's got a low and a high. So I'm going to put it on the cool setting just to set the ink. I think it looks decent. I like the way this turned out down here. It gives me an idea. But I think I'm going to call this one done. So when it's dry, you take it off the stick and pop in the little cap, being very careful. I have broken ornaments at this point, putting the cap back in, so after hard work, I like it. These are the other two I made last week. I'll be making more. Let me know in the comments what color you'd be interested in. I'll be putting these in my Etsy shop. I will also have them on my Instagram. I will put links in the description. They may not get into my Etsy shop until the weekend because I'm pretty busy with work. But anyway, if you like this video and you enjoyed watching me create this ornament, please give me a thumbs up. And I'd love it if you subscribe and share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching.